Welcome to a new series where I aim to create a construct game in 5 minutes and show you how to do the same. This one we're going to create Splat the Rat, so I'm going to create a new project, call it Splat the Rat, and hit create. I'm going to right click, view and zoom out, then just recenter my page. Now I want to work just inside this main dotted line today, which is going to be our main window. Right click, insert a new object, and the first one we're going to do is going to add our background. Now what you want to do is create a kitchen. I've got one already downloaded, so I'm just going to use that one. Once you're happy with it, hit the X. Resize it so it fills the window size, like so. Doesn't matter if it goes over ever so slightly. And then we're going to create our second sprite. So right click, insert new object, and scroll down to sprite. This one's going to be our rat. Click, and again you're going to draw or insert a rat. I'm going to take one that I've got already that I just found off Google. And then you want to click on this hitbox option down the bottom and adjust the hitbox to be fair to the player. So you might want to make this slightly bigger than it just needs to be, just to make it sure it's fair when you touch it. So once you're happy, I'm going to make sure it covers the tail a bit more. Hit the X button. Resize the rat to be the size that you want it to be in your game. You want it to be fairly small, so it's a bit harder to hit. Now you'll see that my kitchen is a little bit bright and it's hard to see my rat, so I'm going to click on my layer, change my background color to black, then click on my background, which is my kitchen, and just lower the opacity to about 50%, making my rat stand out a little bit more. I'm going to right click, insert new object, and I'm going to scroll down and add a mouse. We're done on this side, so let's move to our event sheet. First thing I'm going to do is right click, add a global variable called timer. I'm going to start this at 0. Now we also need to add this timer to our layout, so we're just going to add a text box. Scroll down, add text, call this timer as well. Insert it to the corner. Scroll down. I'm going to make the size a bit bigger so we can see it. Adjust the color so we can also see it. And we're also going to make sure it is aligned to the right. And we're going to have the text start saying 0. And in our first event, we're going to do our system event. And we're going to use this every X seconds. And every 1 second, we want to add to that global timer. So add to timer by 1. This will make our timer go up every second. At the same time, we want to take our text. We want to set our text. And this is going to be a string of our timer. Make sure you click on the variable and then hit done. So that'll make our text go up every second. At our next event, what we're going to do on this one is we're going to say on mouse click and on object clicked and our rat. Add a new system, scroll right down, and we're going to set timescale to 0, pausing the game. Next, what we're going to do is add a new event, mouse click. I'm going to say on click, change it to right click, and this time I'm going to go to system. I'm going to set the timescale back to 1. Back to system, reset our timer, so reset global variables. And then we can also restart the layout. This is going to be our restart button. And then finally, what we're going to do is we can go to system. Every X seconds, I'm going to put it to random. I'm going to set it between 0.05 and 0.8. And you can adjust this depending on how fast you want the game to be. Hit done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say rat. I'm going to scroll down till we get set position. I'm going to say random. And this is going to be between 0 and original viewport width. So the width of our screen. And then again, random. and original viewport height. Close that bracket off, hit done, and then run our game. And now we need to try and hit our rats in the fastest time possible without clicking off the screen. And then once we do, we can use the right click to reset. So our timer's stopped, our rat's stopped. Right click, the game starts again, and you can try get a better score.